Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Nick starts us off in Salt Lake City. Nick, welcome to the show.
Hey, so yeah, I've had a pretty big life change recently as far as income goes. About a year ago, I was making $2,000 a month working at a steel plant. And then my brother-in-law told me that he thought I could sell, and it turns out I could. And my income has now since quintupled. I don't know. It would take me 5 years to do what I mean, it's an insane jump, and my wife and I are trying to manage it, and I feel like we're hemorrhaging, and we haven't saved enough considering how much we've made.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
So what are we talking? Are we talking $10K a month?
Closer to 20.
Whoa.
Congrats.
Is that your take-home
and
pay?
My boss thinks
is that gross
that's
income?
Before tax. I'm not sure what that's the other thing. I got to figure out taxes in this too, and so I just...
Oh, they're not taking taxes out.
Nope. I'm technically a self-employed 1099.
Okay. So you better be putting away 30% of that every single month in a savings account.
I've been putting away, so we have, between our taxes and then our church donation, we put aside about 45%.
Okay.
And then we live off of our budget puts us at 10%, but I feel like we're not doing that as what we're living off of. And then we try to save the other 45, but that's not what's been happening.
How long has this been going on?
About 6 months.
Okay. Cut yourself a whole bunch of slack. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, this is it's rare air. Congratulations. Y'all had a fun run, and now you got to go be adults, and it's all good. Okay?
Yeah.
Don't live in the, shucks, Because what you are experiencing is the upside of sales. What you haven't experienced is when our congressmen decide to throw tennis balls at each other just for fun and shoot each other with Nerf guns and shut everything down, the other side of sales, right? You're like a farmer now.
Yeah.
And you farm, make no money, then crops, and then no money, right? So that's
Been a good
awesome.
harvest. Yep.
You just got to plan for the future. So 6 months, y'all had a wild time, good times, and now we got to be grown-ups, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Perfect.
so give us a picture of your financial situation. Do you guys have any debt? Do you have money in savings?
So we have the only debt we've brought on was on the advice of our accountant to try and bring our tax liability down. We bought my wife a new car. Before that, she had a little car that we had paid off, and I have a truck that I have paid off.
Your accountant told you to go get a car loan?
He told us to get a loan so we could, not necessarily a loan, but to buy a car so we could use it as a write-off.
Oh, my gosh. Dude, is Michael Scott your accountant? Like, how did you think this was a good idea?
It's what I've had a lot of people around me that they said that's what they did, and so that's what we kind of thought we should do. And
you need different people around you.
We're not drowning necessarily, but yeah.
Okay, what's the car loan?
It is $32,000.
Okay. The good news is you have an amazing income and you can pay this thing off really fast, and it's now not too big of a portion of your world.
60 days.
When
Got
you were
it?
making $2,000 a month, I would be like, sell this car today.
60 days.
Yeah.
60. Got it?
Okay.
So
60 days.
You have to make very focused goals with your money right now. You're in baby step 2.
Mm-hmm.
You have $1,000 in the bank. I assume you have a lot more than that in the bank.
Right now
How
we
much
have
do you
about
have?
15 in the bank.
15 in the bank. So this car loan can already get cut in half today. And then with the next few paychecks, it can be
15
gone.
in the bank. I guess if you include, I won't talk about the tax account, but yeah, 15 in savings.
Yeah,
Okay.
tax account that is untouchable. We don't touch it, don't touch it, don't touch it.
It does not exist
Yes.
until tax time. And they go, hey, you owe $60,000 in taxes. And instead of going, oh my gosh, you went, okay, yeah, we saved for that. Great.
Yeah.
So we're going to pay off this car as soon as possible. Then we're going to stack up 3 to 6 months of expenses in an emergency fund that we also don't touch unless there's a true emergency.
Yeah, and that's what this money is for, because we live off of about, including the car, about $2,500 a month, because our rent is only $800.
Great. So this will help accelerate you to baby steps 4, 5, 6. Now, are you in a home? You said you're renting. You want to buy a home one day?
We want to buy a home next year. Right now, the situation we're in, we got fortunate, I suppose. My wife's grandparents have a house it's a 4-2 that they rent us, and so we're in a pretty good
For
situation
$800
right now
near
with the
Salt Lake
rental.
City?
No, well, we're close to Salt Lake.
Okay.
Nick, y'all are winning life right now. You've fallen through a glitch in the matrix, man. This is your chance to get ahead.
I mean, it's just I mean, I just learned I have a talent in sales. I mean, I've broken every record this company had, and it's a lot to handle.
But 6 months, you can have a lot of talent, or you could have just gotten real lucky.
Yeah, there's that too. I don't know.
Both.
That's the thing.
Right, both. So
yeah.
It's probably a little bit of both. And so, George, tell me if I'm crazy here. I almost sense a need for you guys, you and your wife, to roll back for maybe just say we're going to do a 90-day sprint, but roll back some of the gazelle intensity.
Mm-hmm.
Remember what it felt like to be broke and get that laser focused.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you're going to wake up in a mess.
Yeah.
You're going to buy a house that you can't afford. You're going to buy a house based on $20,000 a month, and then the builder's going to be like, "What are you doing?" Your income's going to keep going up, and you're going to buy a house based off $30,000 a month, and someone's going to tell you got to get a car to write off too, and you're going to get a BMW, and next thing you know, you're going to be Dave Ramsey. You're going to be broke.
Yeah.
So here's the deal: you got to keep living like you make $2,000 a month for the next 6 months. Until you're out of this hole, you're in a great place, you have a financial foundation, you're investing 15%, you're saving money towards that down payment, because you have like a fake life right now, paying $800 a month in rent, making $20,000 a month. Utilize this while you can, instead of the YOLO vibes that you've been putting out, and you will be in such a great place financially 6 months from now.
Me and George tried to convince people for 3 years. The government is not charging you any interest on your student loans. There's never been a better time in human history to pay them off than right this second.
Your payments are on sale.
And 1%.
My wife and I have zero student debt.
I know, but I'm saying 1% of America took our advice.
Oh, yeah.
The other 99 are right now going, "Oh God, what are we going to do?" Similar to you, if you for 6 months pretend that y'all are broke, and you get an emergency fund, you pay off a car, get a new accountant, go to RamseySolutions.com/tax, get a new accountant, for God's sakes. Fire Michael Scott. But you do this for 6 months, you owe nobody anything, you have 6 months emergency fund built up, and y'all starting a house fund, brother, your whole world is different. And so is your marriage. Everything's different. Congratulations, man.
Never do it for the write-off. That's just life advice for you, America. This is The Ramsey Show.